going for a three-peat. And I want to talk about having a chip on your shoulder. It's very important on this journey that whatever was said to you, let it roll off your shoulder. And I'm gonna say this again, whatever was said to you, that's crazy. YouTube for the first time actually, I guess we working. First time I ever went live, YouTube gave the notification. Like, yo, shout out to YouTube. We in the building. Shout out to my man from Tallahassee. He said, listen, YouTube gonna come in big in the fourth quarter. That's major right there. Everybody always say, Mr. Keep It Simple, I never got your notification, listen, I got it. Mr. Keep It Simple. Living with a chip on your shoulder. Now, I wanna say this. Freedom of speech is the First Amendment in America. So if a person say, you're not gonna make it, they have freedom of speech. Understand that. And you cannot strip a person of their freedom of speech. If a person say, yo, you a lame, listen, sticks and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So if a person say, yo, you a lame, guess what? They got their freedom of speech. To all you content creators, everybody in the comment section, guess what? That's typing, guess what? They got freedom of speech to type. So what? And I'm gonna say this again, so what? People gonna talk. So what happens is on this journey, when people talk, people like to use things for motivation that shouldn't even be used for motivation. And for instance, a lot of guys on this journey, if women overlook them, they want to use that as motivation. No, she didn't overlook you. You weren't ready. And this is the problem. A lot of men have to understand that when you're the man with the plan, everybody's going to see you're the man with the plan. You feel me? But when you're still working on the plan, technically you're busy. You're busy. And when you're busy, that's a great thing. You know what? You know how good it is to be busy? I mean, 7 years ago, I didn't have a YouTube channel. 7 years ago, 11:37 at night, Lord knows what I was doing. But I wasn't recording. I wasn't going live. But now I have a YouTube channel. Now I'm going live. So if somebody says something to me 7 years ago, guess what? I'm not gonna live with that on my shoulder because they said something to me. They told me I wasn't gonna make it. They called me a loser. You feel me? You guys have to understand, people have freedom of speech. Let them say whatever they want to say. The question is that gonna distract you? And I heard a lot of dating coaches said that women turning them down was the reason that they leveled up. Let me tell you guys something. Salute to all the women. A woman overlooking you or a woman turning you down, that should not be your motivation. Because if you were actually ready, 9 out of 10, she'll hear what you got to say. Everything ain't for everybody. So I'm not just gonna say, if you have a drop top Rolls Royce, every woman's gonna say yes. No, but at the end of the day, at least they gonna hear you. But different shows, different folks. But you cannot force people to like you. And a lot of people are bullies, and nobody really wants to talk about that, but that's what bullies do since the beginning of time, since the playground. They force people to like them by using brutal force. Listen, you can't force people to like you. You can't force people to feel you. You can't force people to be on your vibe. When it's all said and done, as a man, you gotta know how to set your own vibe. Go at your own pace. Do you. Let me tell you guys something. When you focus on your race and your pace, you're going to realize, you know what? Nothing can get you off your focus. If you can focus and you can stay in that zone, you're going to do incredible things. Listen, that's why in a game of basketball, when somebody hit 3 threes, they call a timeout. They call a timeout because they try to cool that shooter off. When a shooter is in a zone, if somebody don't call a timeout, he could go 10 for 10. He could go 20 for 20. You guys have to understand, when you're in a zone, you're going to do incredible things in the zone. Like right now, I'm in the zone. I'm dropping some of my best lives that I ever made on YouTube because I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. September 14th, we was waiting for the big day. YouTube said, listen, you're monetized, you're a partner. Listen, game time. I learned from my mistakes. So everybody that's new to my channel, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. To everybody that's new to my channel, listen, I dropped 14 videos back to back to back, and they were faceless. And I dropped 14 videos in a day. Now I slow down, but there was a time, and a lot of people will tell you since day one, I used to drop 8 videos a day, 14 videos a day. And when it was faceless, it would trip the algorithm, and they would think it's AI because of the work productivity. But now I learned my lesson. I don't do any more faceless videos on this channel. I show face on this channel, and I learned from my mistake, and now it's time to run it up. But guess what? What happened to me on YouTube my first year, I don't have that chip on my shoulder. People, they try to throw me under the bus, they try to lie on me, but guess what? The past is over. I don't live with a chip on my shoulder. The videos that I make, I don't make videos due to the fact that people say I wasn't gonna make it my first year. No, that's their thoughts. That's their opinion. What am I doing right now? I'm recording. What am I doing right now? I'm dropping content. What am I doing right now? Listen, I'm expressing myself. I'm speaking to the people how the real reason I keep going is I don't live with a chip on my shoulder. Whatever people say, I felt like, you know what? I don't care what they say, but they have freedom of speech. And their words, as long as their words cannot penetrate your mind, that's all that matters. Your mind, let me tell you guys something. If somebody can get up here and play mind games with you, it's over. On this journey, especially when it comes to women, a lot of men, they take it personal. Let me tell you guys something. Let women do them. There are millions and billions of women on this world. If they not feeling you, so be it. The question is, are you feeling you? And I feel like a lot of men on this journey, their driving force to become successful is because a woman did not give them the time of day. You guys have to think, these women are strangers. You don't know them. So if a woman told you no, and she was a stranger, why are you waking up 4 a.m. to impress strangers? Why are you literally going hard in the paint because a stranger told you no? I want you guys to stop and think. A lot of men, they call it rejection, and they live with a chip on their shoulder because the woman that they wanted said no to them. First of all, you guys have to understand, she's a stranger. You don't know her. Every step of the way, you don't know her. If a stranger turned you down on this journey, who cares? A stranger turned you down, stranger danger. It was probably a good thing. You feel me? You didn't know. You feel me? But hey, it's a good thing. You feel me? You guys have to understand, some guys, man, they don't realize you cannot get attached to anything that does not want to be attached to you. And I'm gonna say this again, you cannot be attached to anything that does not want to be attached to you. Stop thinking money is going to change things. Stop thinking status is going to change things. No, if they don't like you at $5, they not gonna like you at 5 million. And I'm gonna say this again, if they don't like you at $5, they not gonna like you at 5 million. But trust me, there's somebody for everyone. There's somebody out there for you. So on this journey, if women turned you down because you filming your pockets was tight, your engine light was on, so what? So what? She didn't turn you down. You turned yourself down. You wasn't creating content. You wasn't working on you. You wasn't putting up the numbers. You didn't have resources. You did that to yourself. As men, we gotta learn how to take accountability. And if a person could say something to you and get you motivated, that means you're a weak person. Screw that. I'm not living with a chip on my shoulder. Just because somebody said something to me in 1992 and it kept me blue, I'm not. Listen, let people talk. Let people in the building, Mr. Keep It Simple, you already know. We're going for the 3-peat today. First time we did a three-peat live in a long time, but it felt good checking in. But I just want to say, living with a chip on your shoulder, and it could go for your parents. If your mother told you you'll never amount to anything, don't live with that. Don't harbor that. Your mother was wrong. If your father told you, listen, whatever you doing, content creating, YouTube, it'll never work out. Listen, your father, he's so ancient in his thinking, he doesn't understand the timing. He doesn't understand that, listen, anybody could go live. Anybody could be discovered. Your dad doesn't understand that. So if your dad tells you, get a real job, or it's not gonna work, guess what? Don't use that as a chip on your shoulder. Anything that's negative, you leave that with that person. And that's real. Anything that's negative, you leave that with that person. You don't accept negativity and try to turn negativity into a positive. If a woman said, oh, you're a loser, that shouldn't be the reason. And that's why a lot of these dudes really be taking steroids. Because they be taking it to heart a girl that they had greed for. And notice I say greed because it's greed. If a woman is a stranger, why would you feel that you need her? And that's real. Jesus loves you too. I appreciate that. If a woman is a stranger, why would you feel that you need her if she's a stranger? She's a stranger. You guys have to understand, understand this journey is one for the ages. It's a roller coaster. People come, people go. Over a while, you might develop, not trying to be funny, some people might feel abandoned. As a man, screw that. God got your back. Abandonment issues, that shouldn't be an issue. And I'm gonna say this again, abandonment issues shouldn't be an issue. On a come up, on a journey, woman saying, no, you're not my type. That shouldn't be the reason that you start taking steroids. That shouldn't be the reason that you feel like, oh, I got to show. Listen, no, stop trying to show people things. You feel me? You don't have anything to show. Stop caring what people say. The day that you stop caring is a day that you're going to stop fearing about what people think about you. Listen, you're not truly living if you're worried about the judgment of others. You're actually in bondage, and it's crazy. Celebrities, people praise them, people idolize them, people worship them, but they low-key living in bondage because they're only as good as their last hit. If the industry want to get rid of them or promote somebody else, sooner or later, somebody that was a mega superstar, now you don't even check for them anymore. So they're in bondage. They're in bondage to validation. As a man, let the words just roll off your shoulder. Roll off your shoulder. Whatever they got to say, just let it roll off your shoulder. You feel me? And to all the beautiful women on this journey that you approach, listen, just thank God that she was so beautiful and she existed. Just thank God she was beautiful. You feel me? You shot your shot, but guess what? Shoot or shoot. And I'm going to say this again. You shot your shot, but shoot or shoot. But don't let a woman tell you no is the reason that now you feel like, oh man, I got to show. You don't have to show anybody anything. Take your time on this journey. And you shouldn't have anything to prove. Like me, when I drop content, I don't have anything to prove to a troll. I don't have anything to prove to a subscriber. You feel me? Because the FLS, listen, we turning up. Like I said, if we don't turn up, then who will? I don't have anything to prove to just anybody. When I drop content like I'm in a huddle. I drop content like it's a conversation. It's to the point, it doesn't even feel like I make content. It feels like I understand that I got people that rock with me. Now, in life, it's simple. There's been a lot of times, a lot of people are like, oh man, it's a lot of hate in the chat. And it doesn't matter if it's a chat. It doesn't matter if it's real life. Listen, you can focus on whatever you want to focus on. And I'm gonna say this again, you can focus on whatever you want to focus on. If you want to focus on the negativity, you're free to do that. If you want to focus on the positivity, you could do that. Listen, in life, you gotta remember, we're not celebrities. Nobody knows you. Keep that in mind. And I'm gonna say this again. Nobody knows you. Even if you're a content creator, guess what? Still keep in mind that nobody knows you. And if somebody want to take the time and create a 2-minute judgment about you, oh well. And I'm gonna say this again. If somebody want to take the time and create a 2-minute judgment about you, so be it. That's all. No. You gotta understand, everybody's busy. People don't got time to get to know people these days. What they're doing is they're just looking and they're just judging right down the surface. What you see is what you get. And that's what they're doing. And guess what? You might be a great person, but guess what? That person was busy. That's how you gotta look at life. It's not the fact that people don't like you, it's the fact that they don't like themselves, and that's real. And I'm gonna say this again, it's not the fact that people don't like you in life, because see, the mind will like to play tricks. The mind will want to say, oh, people got a problem with me. Listen, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly fine. You feel me? Other than laziness, as men, we all encounter that. We all go through that. Procrastination, come on. Let's be serious. We all procrastinated. You feel me? We all had the wide open, you feel me? And we didn't pull, you feel me? Listen, we all been there before. It's okay. As men, we gotta understand that we all really go through the same day-to-day common things for the most part. And I feel like they want us, because there's actually books out there called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I feel like, why should we care about winning friends? If these people like us, they like us. If they dislike us, oh well, they dislike us. If they love us, they love us. It is what it is. Like, if they write us off, they write us off. Like, what can we do? And I feel like that's one thing they don't really tell men. Just focus on what you can control. Outside factors, outside forces, let me tell you guys something. The one thing that I love about me is I'm always true to me. So if somebody switch up on me, guess what? I will never switch up on me. And to all you guys out there, I just want to say, listen, make that something for your life. Don't switch up on you. If you were motivated, don't let rejection of a friend, rejection of a job, rejection of a relationship make you lose motivation. No, don't switch up on yourself. If you was motivated last year, you should be motivated now. If you was motivated 5 years ago, you should be motivated now. Don't switch up on yourself. They want you to be a fanatic of somebody else. They want you to know LeBron James stats, but you don't even know your own credit score. You don't even know your own stats, but they want you to be Skip Bayless, ESPN 30 for 30, knowing another man's stats, knowing another man's payday, knowing another man's salary, but you don't even know how much you're making after taxes. You don't even know how much you're making. You don't even know how much you could earn. You don't even know your potential earnings, because they want you to be a fanatic. This society is crazy. Listen, we don't get anything from being fanatics. See, on my channel, I inspire people to go from faceless profiles to actually creating content. No fanatics over here. Frontline soldiers, we all fighting. And I'm gonna say this again, frontline soldiers, every day, we all fighting. See, when you live to please others, they control you. I don't know why, but me, I don't want no power over another human. I don't. Like, if a woman is around me, okay, I'm running it. That's different. You feel me? I'm running it like a point guard for Kentucky. That's different. But other than that, I don't want to control a woman. I don't want to control friends. I don't want to control family. I don't want to control anybody. But when you care about what other people think, it doesn't matter if that's the case, that's what's going on. That person controls you with their judgment. They control you through their validation. And that's why a lot of people that are celebrities, they end up going crazy, because it's like the crowd was one day praising them, and then all of a sudden the crowd changed on them. The crowd switched up on them. Listen, let me tell you guys something. They could switch sides, but humans are free. Stop expecting loyalty. I think loyalty is a scam outside of business. Now, if you're a customer, okay, yeah, there's something called loyal customer. You get reward points. Loyalty, business, I get it. But we're talking about loyalty, just expecting another human to be loyal to you because you guys are from the same city, that's crazy. Expecting another human to be loyal to you because you guys are the same skin complexion, that's crazy. You can't expect anybody to be loyal to you. Take your time. You feel me? And to all my men out here on this journey, listen. When it comes to women, I feel that there's a difference between being established and doing things when the timing is right, as opposed to jumping the gun. And if things go sour or if things go left with the woman, I don't think trying to level up because a woman says something to you is positive. I feel like anything that wasn't positive, leave in the past. Do not use negativity to try to fuel positivity. A lot of people do it, and long term, it destroys them because they were harboring negativity. You got to treat negativity like a fugitive. And I'm not playing. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. You got to treat negativity like a fugitive. You cannot harbor negativity. Negativity, we cannot house negativity. We cannot harbor negativity. We cannot take in negativity. Anything that's negative, man, leave that over there. You feel me? Anything that, listen, as a man, you were meant to be served. And this is one thing society don't want to tell you, but you were meant to be served. So anything that doesn't want to serve you, listen, let it be. And I'm going to say this again. If anything doesn't serve your life purpose, just let it be. There's no point of trying to prove yourself, because that's where guys go wrong, trying to prove themselves, try to sell themselves, the level of desperation. No, as men, we don't need to be desperate. Just work on yourself, take care of yourself, keep on improving, and what's out there for you is out there for you. And let me tell you guys something, because when it comes to abundance, people got to understand your blessings are your blessings. Another man's blessing is his blessing, but what's out there for you is out there for you. And nobody can take that. Nobody can replace that. So understand, when it's your time, it's your time. And when it's your time, it's the perfect time. But just because somebody else, it might be their season right now, that's their season. Somebody said that is normal for guys, but just be yourself. No, so many guys do it. They try to go out and date. They don't get the results they want. And then they use that as a push to become successful. And then they end up treating the woman bad because they felt like, oh, let me tell you guys something. You cannot force somebody to like you. You cannot force a woman to text you. You cannot force a woman to type you. And I'm gonna say this again, you cannot force anybody to like you. You cannot force a woman to text you. You cannot force a woman to type you. You can't force people to like you. If they like you, so be it. Remember, emotions change, feelings change, love change. Think about all the people that say, oh, I'm divorced. Think about the honeymoon. What happened from the honeymoon until the divorce? Things change. Every step of the way, just don't change up on yourself. And that's a very important message to all men. Not only don't change up on yourself, but don't give up on yourself. Because sometimes as men, we are so strong. We are so strong. And then we see something that we want on this journey. But you got to understand, that's greed. If you don't know that woman and you got work to do, get back to work. Somebody say, never take the glasses off. Let me tell you guys something. These the hater blockers. But shout out to all my guys, FLS, putting that work, grinding. I just want to say, man, anything that was said to you on this journey, listen, understand that you didn't say it. So if you didn't say it, that's out of your control. Don't stress things, don't harbor things, don't hold on to things that you didn't do. You are not responsible for the actions of others. You are not responsible for the words of others. Listen, let people be free. And that's the problem. A lot of people, they want to control people. They want to use people. They want to manipulate people. 48 laws of power. Listen, no. If a woman want to go, let her go. If you got homies that want to feel like, oh, you ain't got motion anymore, but when you had motion, they was happy. When you had motion, they was like, yo, let me hold some money. When you had motion, it was cool then. But now, when things slow up, it's not cool now. Let them go. Family members that can't use you, let them go. You feel me? Let them go. Old homies slept with your ex, let them go. Just let it go. That's going to be the best thing for your life when you just let go and let God take over. Trust. Listen, God got your back. Honestly, other than a dog, and I got a small dog, trust and believe, but other than having a dog, you really don't need people on this journey. Unless it's for business, unless it's for service, you really don't need people. Learn how to enjoy life by yourself. You know, me naturally, I'm the life of the party. I don't need people, but if you're not like that, and if you don't have that personality type, I think it'll be cool to learn how to just enjoy life by yourself. Go out by yourself. Get a meal by yourself. When it comes to bars, I really don't support bars because, like I said, people drinking. You never know what alcohol do for certain people, but it is what it is. But I don't really support bars, but it's a lot of fun things you can do in the daytime. Get out. Once you learn to love you, it's almost impossible for somebody to take you down mentally. You know, and once you love you, you could care less who doesn't want to hang out with you. Like, we are not in college. We are not in high school. When it's all said and done, let me tell you guys something. On this journey, you can't trust people to stay around. It doesn't matter how much money you give them. See, a lot of people feel like if I give a person money, they gonna be loyal. Far from the truth. If I give a person an opportunity, they gonna be loyal. Far from the truth. Listen, on this journey, people, they gonna act like they interested. It is what it is. But on this journey, all we can do is stay focused on a generational run. We're going on a generational run. We are running it up online. We are going to take our business global. This is the time. Listen, merchandise being shipped all around the world. Content, people with Wi-Fi, they hearing it all over the world. It is what it is. We going global. And it's so important to understand, because I understand, especially for parents, because as a child, if your parents tell you you're not going to be anything in life, you're going to be just like your father, I understand that may hurt, but that's your mother thoughts. Those were your mother words. Those were not your words. You got to understand, the only thing that's real is what you say to yourself. Much love to you all in the building. That's what it's all about, spreading love. And I'm going to say this again. The only thing that's real are the words that you say to yourself. So if you say, I'm a loser, okay, then it's real. You said it, I'm a loser. But to all you guys out there, if people called you a loser and you never called yourself a loser, guess what? You're not a loser. They said that. You didn't say that. If you never looked yourself in the mirror and say, I'm lame, and why would you do that? That'd be crazy. But if you never looked yourself in the mirror and said, I'm lame, guess what? Everybody that called you lame, those were not your words. Those were their words. So you can't take ownership of other people's behavior. You cannot take ownership of other people's action. And most importantly, you cannot take ownership of other people's words. True story is, they don't know you. So if they don't know you, guess what? You don't owe a stranger anything, and that's real. And I don't know what the obsession is, you feel me? But screw obsession with people you don't know. Screw the obsession with strangers. When it's all said and done, listen, you gotta pay, listen, you gotta pay your rent. You gotta pay your mortgage. You gotta stay focused on what matters. So many guys, they get into these relationships and it cripples them. Literally. They don't want to date anymore. They don't want to take care of themselves anymore. They just opt out of life. They opt out of society because of what a woman said. Listen, validation, I'm telling you, is the killer of the human spirit. And so many people, they live for, I wonder what she think about me. Screw what she think about you. And I'm going to say this again, and a lot of guys need to hear this. Screw what she thinks about you. You feel me? You don't know her, she don't know you. So at the end of the day, if it's two strangers in the room, guess what? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's two strangers that don't know each other. Always remember that. People gonna act like they, listen, unless it's somebody that you grew up with, understandable. They might have a little bit of 411 on you, a little bit of information, but other than that, two strangers, screw that. Keep it moving. And to everybody, before I finish this live, if you move to a new city, make it in that city. Go hard in that city. Put in that work in that city. Don't move to another city to give up. Don't move to another city to be lazy. Don't move to another city to throw in the white towel. Don't move to another city to fail and run back home. No, listen, make it. Lock in. Lock in. And I'm gonna say this again. If you move to another city, understand that, you know what? There's no going back home. There's no going back home to mom. There's no going back home to dad. There's no going back home to Grady. There's no going back. We gotta make it. Life is for the taking, but you gotta take it. Lock in and tell yourself that you gotta make it. And as far as fitting in, I will honestly say in the year 2025, I mean, fitting in is mental health issues. Fitting in is being a victim. Fitting in is complaining. Fitting in is pointing a finger at the right. Fitting in is pointing a finger at the left. Fitting in is saying I'm a conservative. Fitting in is saying I'm a Democrat. Fitting in is saying I'm a Republican. People outside of America, fitting in, guess it's politics related. But other than that, it's like, screw fitting in. One life to live. You think somebody care about you? The truth is, nobody really cares. And I'm gonna say this again, nobody really cares. The real reason that I make content is because I really do believe in an abundance. So if there's an abundance, I wanna see millions of men actually have property. I wanna see millions of men actually be able to put food on the table and provide. It's so cool. Like my friend from Saudi Arabia, I mean, he has like 9 sisters. I'll never forget, he showed me a video of his dad and his whole family sitting down eating. It was a table full of food. It was a table full of fruits. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. One man to be able to feed 10 kids. Now, that's his family. How many kids he have, that's his business. But to feed 10 kids, I'm so blessed that I was able to see that. Table full of food. Table full of desserts. And that's what I want for all men. And I was blessed to see that. And that's a beautiful feeling. Doesn't matter how many kids you have. Doesn't matter how many nieces and nephews you take in your family. When you, as a man, you can sit down and you can see people surviving because, listen, you need food to survive. If you don't eat for about 3 to 4 days or drink water, you're going to die. Like, that's a fact. You're going to die. So as a man, the best feeling in this world is to sit down, your loved ones, sit down, people you care about, and make sure they eat. That got to be the best feeling in the world. Make sure your family eat. Make sure the team eat. That's what it's all about. As far as fitting in, as far as who like you, who don't like you, listen, that's so elementary. That's so elementary. That is so high school. That is so freshman year of college. You feel me? You grown now. You 30 now. You 30, you letting words impact you. You 40, you letting words impact you. Let me tell you guys something about 40. I love it. When you're 40, you just don't care. And when you're 40 and you know you in alignment, when you're 40 and you know you established, what? It's a great feeling. Listen, get there. Get there. Make it. Don't crash out. Don't do anything criminal. Don't wish your freedom. Don't waste your freedom. When it's all said and done, to all my men, I wish you nothing but longevity and health. To all my guys in my 20s, I wish you make it to your 40s. To all my guys in my 30s, I wish you make it to your 40s. To all my guys that's 18, I wish you make it to your 40s. I wish you guys longevity. As men, that's what we gotta want for each other. We gotta want longevity for each other. We don't gotta fight each other. That's what the WikiLeaks want us to do behind the scenes. They want us to fight each other. Divided, we fall. Together, we stand. And I think I said it backwards. Together we stand, divided we fall. You feel me? No divide. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. No divide. If I see people from other ethnicities walking around with their beautiful supermodels, triple salute to them. You feel me? Triple salute to all kings. All kings gotta win. And I'm gonna say this again, all kings gotta win, and all kings will win if we just lock in, which is easier said than done. Trust me, on this journey, you're gonna wish you could rush the process, but that's what you don't wanna do. You don't wanna rush the process. Take your time. And I'm gonna say this again, you don't wanna rush the process. I understand. When you see when you see something you want right now, you're gonna want to rush the process, but that's what you don't want to do. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what works. That's the most important thing. And understand when the timing is right, you're gonna be so happy that you waited. You're gonna be so happy that you didn't give up. You're gonna be so happy. You're gonna be so proud with yourself at the end. But that's the thing. So many people, they don't make it to the finish line. So many people, they put their freedom in jeopardy. So many people, they crash out. So many people, they become obsessive. So many people, they become jealous. So many people, they lose their freedom and they never make it to the finish line. The finish line, listen, it sounds good, but seriously, you gotta make it there. You gotta get to your destination. I told you guys in the beginning, 2020, you got to date with destiny. Destiny is your destination. Know where you're going and get there. It's kings all over, you feel me? So all kings got to win, but get to where you're going. Shout out to everybody in the chat, FLS in the building. Oh, listen. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the love. Shout out to everybody subscribing to the channel. FLS, listen, this is just the beginning. And I felt like when you guys are close, I understand, listen, starting is a hard part, but one thing I can say is when you're actually close to, that actually is tough because when you're close, it feels like, why it hasn't arrived yet? Why it's not, and like, why is it not here? But no. Like I said, trust me, God has your back. It might be one snake in your crew. One snake in your crew, and you don't even know, but guess what? The fact that it was prolonged, that snake revealed himself. That person showed their true colors, and guess what? If they never showed their true colors, you probably would have bought that person a condo. You probably would have set that person up, but guess what? That waiting period, that trial period, it exposes all. Listen, time tells all. Not only does it heal all, but time tells all. Somebody worried about my glasses. Let me tell you guys something. I'm not taking off my shades. We just here turning up. YouTube is fun for me as it turned up. It's like my therapy. It's like I'm rapping. It's like a concert. I'm not taking off my shades. If I got new shades, those staying on. If I got clear shades, which I had clear shades, those staying on. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody out there. You feel me? A lot of people got to understand, like, you can't please people. And that's what the whole live is about. People, we want to see you with your shades off. Listen, it's not going to happen. So either you could leave or you could sit back and just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Turn up, FLS. If we don't turn up, then who will? When I tell you guys, you got to say, forget how they feel. That's how we gonna finish this live. When I mean forget how they feel, man, forget how they feel. Forget what they talking about. And I'm gonna say this again, forget how they feel, forget what they talking about. Listen, you trying to please people, listen, you gonna ruin your life. You gonna literally ruin your life trying to please people. Like, your life is gonna be misery trying to please people. You cannot please people. People, what they do is they gonna look and they gonna judge you instantly. How can you defeat that? How can you combat that? How can you back forward? How can you block that? How can you stop that? You feel me? Like, come on. How can you be the priority of somebody's life? How can you literally top that? Screw that. Humans think they're important. Well, guess what? If they think they're important, you should feel you important. And if you feel you important, that's the only thing that matters. Humans feel like, you know what? They special. Guess what? We all special. I'm not more important than you, and you're not more important than me. Somebody said, Sion Sanders. Listen, we about to finish this live. Why at the end? Why at the end we see something crazy? My man says Sion Sanders. That's yo. Why at the end? We went 41 minutes locked in. I'm telling you, that's a perfect example why you got to stay focused. Because listen, I'm telling you, that was funny. That was funny. You guys have to understand, we're going to keep turning up. Third live, I'm about to get ready, take it on down, cook some tacos. And that's another thing too. On this journey, eating out, it costs. But on the come up, make sure you guys cook. And I will say that's another reason, because a lot of people will try to feel like if I sleep in my car, I'm saving money. 9 out of 10, it's not going to balance itself out. So to all my guys out there that have an apartment, cooking, that's essential. Saving money, that's essential. You feel me? Eating out, listen. Understand, everything counts. On this journey, everything counts. If you don't need to eat out, make sure you cook your food. Tonight, I'm cooking tacos. I ate a burger before this live because I was like, you know what? We got to go in. We got to do some damage. We got to turn out. Do you feel me? But it feels good to say, listen, we hit a 3P today. Nobody is going to give me anything on YouTube. Nobody is going to give my page any recognition. Everything on this platform, listen, I just gotta put in that work. That's what it's all about, you feel me? And a lot of people don't understand. When you look good, you feel good. And you wanna come outside, you wanna take care of yourself. Listen, baby steps is so important. Some people, they don't wanna take baby steps, but I'm telling you, Mexico in the building. That's Paris in the building. You already know, bonjour, je m'appelle. Mr. Keep It Simple. Shout out to my guys right now. They probably waking up in Europe. Shout out to everybody. We're on Phoenix time right now. 12:17, getting ready to take it on down. Today was one of my best days because I said I'm going for the 3P. I told myself it was 1 p.m. I said today we going for the 3P. Let's go. Let's go. I feel the momentum on my page. They showing love on my page. So when it's all said and done, listen, we got to keep this thing going. Shout out to everybody and understand rest is just as important. And I do get my rest. It's a lot of times before a lot of lives. To everybody that care for me, trust and believe, I do take naps. I do take naps. And I'm gonna say this again, I do take naps. We in the building. But like I said, before I finish this live, understand that locking in is easier said than done. Everybody be like, yeah, I'm a lock in. It sounds good. But when you locked in, you're going to realize, you know what? What is the benefit of locking out? And it's FOMO, the fear of missing out. When you're supposed to work, going out to the bar, going out to pool parties, the fear of missing out. But let me tell you guys something. If you're not established, you're not even going to enjoy yourself. So it doesn't make sense. Take care of business. First things first. Old school song back in the day, taking care of business every day. That's what we doing. We taking care of business every day. 44 minutes in the chat. We about to get ready, make some tacos, take it down. Stay blessed, FLS.